trying to get positioned a bit. There we go. I'm trying to like some sage right now. I enjoy it. It's soothing. Um, I'm just here to really chat about some King of the Hill. I love King of the Hill since I was a kid. I grew up watching it with Hank, Dale, Bill, and Boomhauer, and it's Bobby and Peggy and John Redcorn and Connie and what's her dad's name? Something I don't remember, but the whole gang, and then there's I can't be, but I enjoy King of the Hill. I heard that they're gonna be doing a reboot here soon. I don't know like the date of it. I just kind of like ran by it, like came across it on YouTube that they'll be doing a like I don't know it's gonna be like portraying where they left off at, or like maybe like 10 or 20 years down the road, like how Hank aged and then Bobby grows up, or it could just be like The Simpsons where no one really ages at all. Like it just says different stories with the same age group of people. But I don't know. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing Hank grow up to be like a 60-year-old man. How would he handle being that age? And then there's Bobby and how he would grow up to be like a 20-year-old, um, maybe preparing salesman like his father. That'd be kind of cool. Then Dale's kid, what's his name? Dale's kid, Joseph. That's his name, Joseph. Joseph. I wonder if he grew up to be like his Dale as a pest control man, or like John Redcorn, which I don't really know what his job was besides a masseuse to the mother of his child. So I don't know, but it would be really cool to find out like what's about with the new King of the Hill show. Like I used to watch Beavis and Butthead, and then Beavis and Butthead characters kind of came on to becoming King of the Hill. Because if you can remember, the voice actor of that old man that they kind of go and try to do chores for and do things for, it's like the same voice actor as Hank Hill. So it's really cool when I come across a Beavis and Butthead episode and I hear Hank's voice in the background. It's so hilarious because it's like a different character, but almost the same personality, and it's really cool to hear it, in a different show, like a collaboration sort of thing. So I wouldn't mind seeing the new King of the Hill show whenever they decide to promote it. Like a date, be great to find out, because King of the Hill is a generation that tells a story about life. Like, what would you be if you were in Texas? This is the kind of life that you would be watching. Like, the neighborhood, and you have your set of neighbors, and those neighbors were actually friends in high school. These friends grew up, they all had kids, they all had careers, they all had wives and marriage and issues here and there, and they just live life. Even I watched the first episode. I love the first episode of King of the Hill. It's like they portray just a big group of guys just like hanging out, reminiscing, trying to raise their kids the right way, better than they were raised. Because Hank's life, whenever he was growing up, was a little rough with his father being a veteran and getting his shins blown off, and Hank had to figure out how to like take care of his own problems at a young age. So it's like him trying to show Bobby like that I love you, but I don't know how to really express love the way that most people would portray love to a child. But Peggy's there to help him throughout this and everything, and she shows support for Hank, even though he's a hard man sometimes. But sometimes you just gotta be to get things done, and that's the way he is. And then he has his group of friends. Bill. Bill had his issues after getting out of the army. He was an army man, and then he got married, and he had that woman, and she left him without any kids and all that. So he's dealing with having to deal with the loss of a love, and he's in denial of it at times. Eleanor, I think is her name, and he's just trying to cope with the loss of that. And he has a group of friends to help him get out of that depression. But he's in a depression, and it's like eating him up and all that. But you see him growing out of it, here and there, and certain things would trigger him to go back in that past. But his group of friends always meet out in the alley. They always have a good chat and drink and just be a group of friends like back in high school. Like they might be 35, 45 years old, but they're still are a group of friends that grow and won't separate. And then there's Dale. Dale can be manipulative, kind of like I remember the episode where he freaking Hank wanted a new lawn because of Dale messing up his lawn for over pesticiding his grass. So he ends up just getting new grass, and Dale didn't like that. He was fired from pest controlling Hank's yard. So he sabotaged his whole yard. You know, those things Dale would do, but Dale's a crazy man. But Dale has good theories, good explanations for things. He's always thinking. He's always thinking outside the box. Sometimes you need a friend that thinks outside the box. Sometimes. You don't want to just be like in a box and not think about what could be outside of that. And he thinks outside of that. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's always thinking about who's watching him, what's going on in this world that we live, and who's in real control. He's one of those guys that's just always thinking, always thinking. But there's that one. Then Boomhauer. Boomhauer was a good friend. He speaks a bit fast. He speaks a bit too fast, but he speaks clearly to me. Like he's very straightforward. He tells it how it is. He's a very honest man. He'll tell you about his life. Whatever you ask him, he'll answer it truthfully and to the point because he's quick. He's a quick man. That Boomhauer. Quick. Then there's Luann. Luann is Hank's niece. Hank and Peggy's niece, and I think it's Peggy's sister. Peggy's sister that is the one that's Luann's mom, but they ended up living with or getting Luann to live with them because of the fact that there was domestic violence and now criminal charges against her parents. So now she's having to stay with them to have some sort of life. Like her dream is to be a cosmetologist, and she wants to be better than what she's been living in. And she knows that there is more. But if you haven't seen the episodes, that you know that she has her own journey of finding herself, her own discovery of who she is as a person, what kind of dreams does she have, what carries throughout the whole journey in the shows. Because I think there's like 8 or 9 seasons of King of the Hill, and they're going to be doing a reboot. I was like, what are they going to do? Are they going to just go back to where they ended it, or are they going to go like 10 years from now, or 10 years from then? So now it's like a current situation. Like everything is current. Like there's phones going to be involved. There's going to be uh, all this new stuff going on. It'd be really cool to watch and find out. And I can't wait to find out myself. And once I do, I'll let you guys know as well. But I enjoyed King of the Hill. I still do. And I hope you guys do too. Check it out if you haven't already. It's on Hulu. I'm sure you can find clips on YouTube as well. Maybe some live streams. Maybe not the best thing to it, but it would be great to get some kind of like gist of what the show is about before you jump into a new revision of it. Um, hey there, Snark. Um, but King of the Hill is gonna be great to watch as a renovation or like a revived thing. It needs to be revived. 'Cause King of the Hill brought in characters that were not pushovers. Like Connie was in there. She wasn't a pushover. She was a girl who pushed the boundaries of the classmates that she was in. She did music. She did math. She did everything that was given to her, and she did it very strongly. And she helped Bobby be stronger as a character. And like she helped bring out Bobby's best nature. Like Bobby wanted to be figure out who is he. He wants to make his dad proud. Bobby wanted to make him proud, and so he didn't know how to really do it besides becoming a man. But Connie's like, you can do all these other things, to build character, to self improve yourself. Because all Bobby really had was more like his jokes, and then his. That's all really he had was like his comic humor. And so Connie just helped him, like, hey, you can have that, plus you can do this and that, and your dad will still love you and be proud of you as long as you do your best at it. And then there's Joseph that helps him build that whole, like, I have friends who listen to me, who are supportive of my dreams and aspirations. They all are a group of kids that are just trying to figure out who are we in Texas to help bring out the best in each other. And that's what this show is about. Like Hank, it's like you think this is for adults, it's for everyone. Because this show brought the men to understand that they have their own issues and they all are there to help each other out. And then Con's dad. I can't remember Connie's dad. I don't remember the name, but Con. Yeah, that's it. Con. Yeah, he's Loishin. That's what he is as well. Um, but Con, yeah, it's Con Junior. That's right? That's why her name's Connie. You know, that's what she calls herself. But she's there with her dad, and her dad pushes her to be the best that she can be, and it helps everyone else be like, you know what, I can do that and more. And then there's the Hank and Bill. They all help each other because Bill's in such a rut for so much. And then a giant above me, this individualistic mind.
A booger.
You are my booger. Just get out my nose. Um, but I love this show so much. I watched it with my dad, and it was really cool that I found out that I watched Beavis and Butthead first. And then it's really cool whenever you hear the voices of Hank Hill and other characters that you would watch and like on other shows, coming together and just doing that. It's really cool to have that. Um, but yeah, I'm just talking about the whole renovation or the revival of King of the Hill. I don't know the date or the time or when it's gonna happen, but it better happen. But yeah, it was great. Oh, thank you so much. But I love Beavis and Butthead, and then there was what? And King of the Hill. It's The Simpsons. I grew up watching The Simpsons because The Simpsons was like the original, like the OG show. It's like the OG. Like it's like as every character you would think, because every character in The Simpsons had like a storyline of itself. It like had its own. Like you see Bart, and then you see Lisa going through their own stages of life. And then you see Homer and his stages of life. And then you see Marge with her sisters. and their own storyline. Like everyone had a story. Everyone had their own time on screen. Even the principal Skinner had his own timeline about how he was actually not Skinner. He took the replacement of a sergeant he was with in the army, who passed. I think he passed. He thought passed away, and he didn't like the his life he was living, I guess, and took the name Skinner because of that. He knew that the Skinner in the army was a principal or a teacher and was wanting to go and try to be something more than he was. And it was falsifying records, falsifying like the name, because later on you find out that the real Skinner comes out. It's like, hey, that's the real Skinner. I am the real Skinner, and it was like a big twist, big twist. Ha, yeah, scribbles, Indy. That'd be neat. I scribbled Indy up. Um, but I love The Simpsons, The King of the Hill. See, South Park was like, eh. I like South Park, but it just got to be a little too much at times. Like, I mean, I like the soft hit stuff. Like, I don't mind it, but it's more like a guy kind of show. Like, more racy, raunchy kind of thing. Like a Jerry Springer, and like Jerry would have wrote this sort of thing. I mean, it was wrote by a group of guys. So, I mean, it's great storylines, great characters and all, but I was not much into South Park as much as I am King of the Hill. King of the Hill has that dry humor, that sense of like there's a reason behind each thing. Like Peggy had her own situation with her feet, and everyone trying to like downplay her abilities, but she's an awesome substitute teacher. You know, she was a great character, and I can't wait to figure out what they're going to do with Peggy in the new revival. The new revival is gonna be great. Boomhauer, did he finally get his life together with a woman? Because he was a womanizer. Boomhauer was a womanizer. He would have one every second if he could, right? You know, just one of those things. And hello everyone. I haven't seen Lydia. Lydia. I talked about Lydia. I said, I Lydia. Who's Lydia? Lydia. Oh, Lydia. I don't know who Lydia is. I know about Hank, Peggy. Uh oh, Lydia is Lydia. Oh, the news anchor. The news anchor is Dale's wife. I don't know her name though. Is it Arlene? 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 No. Australia Simpsons Theory channel. Oh, I don't know who that is. I have to look that one up. Um, but King of the Hill, I can't wait to figure it out because I mean I watched some of the new Simpsons episodes and it's like the same, age group. But I'm just trying to figure out if like the new revival of King of the Hill is going to be more like hey, you get to watch Hank Hill grow up with gray hair, white hair, and then you see um Arlene and Bobby and Con and Joseph all grew up to be like in college or doing something of their dreams. It's like really cool to figure out if they're gonna be like growing up with the show instead of like just staying the same age, like
Did
The
you tell him?
Simpsons.
Did you tell him that what the
Hmm.
Dale?
Oh, right, it's Dale. The character of Dale. The person who voiced Dale passed away, so he will be probably played by someone else, unless
Mm-mm.
they're gonna take him out altogether, like he passed away. I'll be so sad that Joseph don't grow up with his father. You know, that's be really sad. But I mean, like we all have to go through that kind of thing. So it'll be kind of like honest situation, like Joseph not having his father, but then he'll have John Redcorn. John Redcorn is his real father, but he don't know that. You know what I mean? But it'd be like one of those things of rediscovering who you are with a new father figure, because he thought all his life was Dale with his father, and then here comes the death of Dale because the actual voice actor has passed away,
I
and
know the whole thing.
yeah, and it's just like I'm just like upset about it, you know. Um, that Dale won't be there because Dale's like all conspiracy and all that. It was great. I like Dale's character. He's like that little shaky, smoky. I need a beer man, a smoke man. Like the commies are coming after me, sort of thing. And then here comes Con. Oh my gosh, he got all crazy. And then there's Hank's dad. He sees Con. He's like, I know who you are. You're Low Ocean. You know what I mean? Like everyone didn't know what the heck Con was, but Hank's dad knew exactly who he was. And Dale's just like, they're all the same, man. They're all the same. They all out to get us. But I enjoyed
Did
that
you tell them
show.
the year that it's coming out?
No, I don't know anything about the date. You know more about that. I'm just talking about. I'm just excited about it coming out. Like the whole Frasier thing, the whole new reboot. I've been waiting years to see it. I watched the Frasier and it had like what 10 seasons. Then I think last year or the year before it came out with its own TV show of the new revived Frasier. You know, it's kind of like that with Hank Hill. I want to see him old. I want to
Right.
see his son older. I want to see it all grow up like in real life. Like, who wouldn't? The Simpsons. I don't watch any new Simpsons because I like the classic ones. Cause I feel like whenever they're kid, like I was a kid, they should stay kids, right? But as I grow up, they should grow up with me. But they don't. They just stay there. It's disappointing a little bit. Like I like to see the whole. I like knowing that Kelsey Grammer was the voice of
Salsa Bob.
yeah, Sideshow Bob. I love knowing that. Cause you can hear it and see it, and it's crazy. Um, it was great. Can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna watch some King of the Hill later. I'm sure. I need some Bubba. I need some of that Bubba Hill. Some of that, you know.
Propane, propane accessories.
Yeah. If you don't work hard, you ain't working hard enough. But I enjoy it. I hope you guys do too. I'm gonna probably sign off here though, right now, and see about some more propane accessories with some Hank, and see about when the date is for that show
Next year.
next year. Oh, really? I gotta wait that long? Dang.
Hey,
It.
it's what it is.
I'm always having to wait a year, like Frasier had to wait a year, you know. So like Seinfeld should have had a reboot about their kids if they had kids. Like where's Kramer's kids at? You know what I mean? They probably didn't reproduce enough. You know what I mean? Because they're always worried about those squares.
What?
Or is it squares? Yeah,
What?
condoms. You know they talk. You know, always having to have a condom.
I don't. I'm.
Oh, that's just Elaine.
I'm not-
Elaine and those squares. You know. I'm just saying, I don't think anyone reproduced on Seinfeld, but it'd be cool if they did. Like George had his kids, and then there's Elaine with her kids, and then Jerry with his kids, and then Kramer with his kids, and they all would go to school together. And then they all get an apartment together. Man, wouldn't that be something else? They could have really built on that, especially right now. Like they could be the grandparents to the kids' kids. Man, 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 what could happen? But I want to have a great night and everything, and hopefully get to watch some of that King of the Hill, or some of that nostalgic animation, because you know that stuff's great. The
Is that what that word means?
what
Nostalgic. Is
Nos-
that from?
nostalgic is like past remembrance of something you. I don't know. I don't know. Nostalgic, you know, like
I didn't even know how to say that word.
nostalgic, and I can't even say your name. But I can say that.
It's called.
But I hope you have a
individualistic
good
mind.
night, Snark, and anyone else who's watching. I hope you all enjoyed this little thing. I don't do it at all, as you know. But he got me on the King of the Hill. I love me some Hank. Not that hanky panky, but that Hank Hill. With that propane and propane accessories.
You know what's crazy? We don't even use propane.
And I love the first episode. The pilot is great because they mentioned Seinfeld about a show about nothing, and Hank's being accused of hitting Bobby, and he gets so upset. Like, I love my boy, but I know he ain't a whole lot, but I love him. I wouldn't do that to him, sort of thing. I love it. It's so great. I just should check it out. Just the first episode, and you'll be reeled in. It'll reel you in like a fish. You won't go back in that ocean where you didn't know about it. You'll just have to go deeper. But I'll see you guys later and have a great night. Maybe we'll be back tomorrow discussing something else. But peace out and enjoy your night. Stay hydrated and eat your vegetables. And sayonara.
Bye, guys.
And bye, Indy. Bye, Indy. Don't get into too much trouble. You see that trouble back there? He's a lot of trouble.